guys, I gotta talk about this, man. You know, in today's modern culture, I find out that more and more younger people under the age of 40 do not have a desire to get married. They don't have an inkling nor desire to have an established marriage. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I fully understand. Today's quote unquote modern black women don't want to be married nowhere. Alright. And today's modern black male don't want to deal with the bullshit at all. They ain't built to put up with the nagging and the yanging and all that shit. And all this talk about toxic masculinity that's been conjured up for some time, and now you got women don't want, they don't want to have real relationships with men, no way, and they feel more comfortable being talking with their girlfriends or whatever about different stuff regarding the things that they like to do. I saw a video earlier this morning by this woman. She said, I don't need no man. The only thing I need is my, is this thing right here, vibrator. She's looking at all kinds of shit. That's all they care about. These women today, if they making money, they don't give a fuck. Even if they don't, but if they as long as they getting that check, that supplemental check they get, where it requires them not to have a man live with them and they have all the kids, they don't care. They get that shit cut off. That's a different story. I can guarantee it. Today's modern black woman was brainwashed from the cultivation of this feminist movement from decades ago that started this entire genre of the Me Too movement. And this is a damn shame, because that's what's destroying black families today, is this mentality of, I don't need no man. I do bad all by myself. Or I can have a baby without having a guy, traditionally. They don't want to have a relationship with guys. And then you try to raise boys that you claim to be trying to raise boys to be men. And you ain't built for that either. You let people gas you up with bullshit. And you wonder why families are in the situations they are today. You wonder why. You clearly wonder why. And I be shaking my head. I was like, how you gonna wonder about something that was pretty much well known for the longest time? And you see that young boys, as a result, suffer from lack of fatherhood in their family. Yet you women go out there and have kids without any commitments, and you blame the father. Really? Yeah. You commit to the first guy who gets you pregnant, or you get, put like this. You get pregnant, Alexa will get pregnant by the first guy you fall in love with without really understanding who he's really about, and then you blame it on him. When you have the ultimate choice. But you don't want the blame on you. That's your out. And then y'all keep doing the same cycle of bullshit that you're not teaching your daughters not to do. And then we have the same problem all over again. Now, I'm not saying that everything is the fault of black women today, because there's some black guys and some brothers out here today who need to take some responsibility. If you are a father knowingly having kids in relationship with a woman that you no longer with, you need to be a father to that child, regardless of how you feel about that woman. And some of y'all guys don't take the time to really build your boys to be men. You guys are at fault too. And then you got men who are out here married to women that they don't want to be with, and you do the same thing. You don't take the time to really build the young man to be the man he needs to be, because you're too busy hung up about how the woman was to you, and you don't take the time to build him up. And then effectively you think, oh, he can do that himself. No. Just because you're a man in the house don't mean that you were being responsible for building your son to be a man outside the house. Let me say it again. Just because you were a man in the house taking care of your kids, particularly the sons and daughters, doesn't mean that you were being responsible for building your young boy to be a man outside the house. Some of y'all don't do that either. You expect him to figure it out on his own. That's not how life works. You got to motivate him. You got to discipline him. It's not going to be automatic. You know. Some guys think, oh yeah, it'll rub off because it was on me. I did it, so he'll naturally pick it up. That ain't always the case either. Okay? That's not always the case. I know of a couple cases at the point where guys, had, they raised sons in the house, but they didn't build them up to be the men that they needed to be. And I know of a situation, a couple of them, where one of them turned out to be gay. I won't go into detail about that. I'm going to just leave it at that. But some of you guys are responsible if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing as a man to build your sons up to be men. I'll say that. I'm going to leave it at that. I know some people say, well, you're being homophobic. No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm just telling facts. I'm not saying that, and I've been told some people were just born that way. I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not going to say where some guys are born that way or not. But I know in certain households, if you ain't raising your young boys to be men, there's a good chance they won't strive to be just that if you ain't raising the way you're supposed to be raised. I'll say that much. But the bottom line is, for some of these young guys who are gonna who choose not to be married, I completely understand. I had no qualms about that. Somebody who's been married as long as I have, I can show you, I can understand. I can fully understand. Because today's modern black woman wants the cake and they want to eat it too. And they want to do it about you. They let everybody get in their head. They don't want to talk to you though. They want everybody else get in their head about how relationships should go, instead of learning for himself how relationships should be. Crap. The same women, why y'all let black women be married? Why y'all got to be married black white women, Asian women, and all that? Because the experiences they have with those kind of women, they don't have with black women. Those experiences, for the most part, are completely different from experiences that they have with black women. That's why a lot of them do that. And y'all can't figure out why. Y'all do the same ratchet stuff. You wear bonnets out here. You go out there and dress up outrageously loud. I'm going to say that. I'm trying to be nice about that. All the time. You do more stuff like you're going to a daggone club every time you go outside to go to regular jobs and all this stuff and get outrageous and stuff. And you wonder why guys don't respect you. That's just only one reason why they don't respect you. You do a lot of ratchet stuff. You have attitudes to your men. You don't respect your men at all. You don't respect the young boys you're raising that you supposedly were trying to raise to be men. You don't respect them either. That's why they don't respect you. And you wonder why they do what they do out here. That's why I said, and black people don't take marriage seriously. And if they do, and they see couples who are married, guess what they try to do? They try to influence them to break up. I've seen that happen too. They don't give a fuck. You wonder why men don't give a fuck? Because you don't give a fuck. guys won't do what they do out here in terms of dealing with relationships with women. You know, it's up to the women to make the correct choices, but it's also up to the women. There's also leaning on the women to be respectful of the men that they have that are doing the right thing, because sometimes they don't respect them either, and that's why you have 80% of single homes being raised with being run by black women, because they choose to do their own thing, have no respect for men, even good men, because some of the best of us get disrespected, even when we're trying to do the right thing, no matter what. And you young man who out here who ain't trying to marry a woman today, especially today's modern black woman, if you don't get married, I don't blame you. I fully understand. I fully understand. Because these women, as long as these women keep trying to run a game on you, you might as well go ahead and not do it. Go and do your thing, move on.